Kind of back again with another idea video for this time for Daya. And so I mentioned with my Valby one that, well, I have tons of ideas, right? I think about this stuff all the time. It just pops in my head like, oh, that would be really cool, or, different viable options I think they could do for new Transcendent modules and things of the like, when you could change up either the skill directly or make a new Transcendent module that would make the gameplay and the uniqueness of each character more interesting, I think, for the players. Especially for Daya specifically, I thought of a few ideas. I think Daya as is like great, but to like freshen it up and make it a little bit more interesting, there's some changes I would personally make that I think would make the gameplay a little bit more interesting. So first, her first ability, we already know that going out with Daya, she has her spear thing that she'll use to charge forward, and she'll like fly really fast and whatever. First little change, small little change, is just take away the timer. Like, there shouldn't be a timer for her when it comes to how long she can go for. And if there is, make it so that it's dependent on how many kills you get while using it. So if you're fighting a bunch of enemies, right? Let's say you knock out, let's say 1 enemy, 2 enemy, 3 enemy, 4 enemy, and you kill all these bad guys. You guys should make it so, I'm talking to developers, of course, you should make it so that it extends the duration of the thrust, right? Of whatever it's called, the first ability. So instead of like going like maybe 100 feet and then just stopping abruptly, where then you have to kind of like reinitiate it and then go again, it's really what's the word, jerky, I guess, is it, like it's kind of like when you're driving with or not even driving, it's when you're the passenger. This is how it feels for us as gamers. It's when you're the passenger with a new driver and they never got used to the brakes, so they hit the brakes and you sort of like kind of getting whiplash from her like constantly stopping every like 100 feet or so, and there's no fluid motion to it. She just kind of like, okay, let's go again. Okay, let's go again. And it's kind of jarring to see her do that and not have like a more fluid, like, stop. But anyways, if you make it so that every time you kill an enemy or hit an enemy, I don't know, whatever works best or makes the most sense, that it extends the duration of that, I think a lot of people would be happy with that. Because especially if you're just trying to get through a level and you're hitting enemies as you go or killing them, because it's a strong enough attack where most of the time when you're cutting through them like that, they're dying. And it extends the range, because it's kind of one of the competing things when you're running with a bunny, because bunny's gonna be running ahead of you, but then all of a sudden, when you're doing your spear, your number 1 spear attack, you have to stop every so often. It's like you're the only one hitting a red light, and I think it's annoying, especially when you're just trying to keep up with people. But yeah, I think that would be a really good change, just to first just change it so like kills add to the duration. The other thing with that, was there another thing with that? Oh, it would also be nice, and this is a meh kind of thing. It's like a side tangent that I think it would be also nice, is if you're using this number 1 ability, It'd be nice if you could aim it on more than a horizontal axis. So if I'm being thrusted in a direction, I feel like I should be able to go up too. You know, like if I aim my joystick up or use my mouse or whatever, it'd be nice to not really fly necessarily, because obviously it'll run out. There's no enemies that are really flying, so it would apply to even the change I mentioned, where if I go up, you know, it's not going to keep going because I'm going to run out of duration eventually. But it'd be nice when I'm fighting something, you know, like a Colossus that's like in the air, like the hanging thunder hanging, whatever it's called, and I want to kind of jump up there, hit them, maybe spin around a few times, hit them multiple times in the air like that before it ends, and then come back down. And the only way you can really do it with her is if you're using not the blooming one, but the other Trancendant module, where you can actually like throw your spear at it, or it's like the charging attack, where that charge attack can be aimed, but it's temporary. Or it creates those little spear things around you that will, you know, take off and hit enemies and stuff. Or rather, the one enemy that you target. And that, I'll get to that at some point too. But yeah, increasing the duration and giving us a little bit more freedom with movement, so we can go vertical, would be awesome. The other thing was, when it came to shooting off Daya's, like, her little ice ball thing. So she has that little ice ball that will travel forward. I would prefer, personally, if we didn't have to hit it twice just to make it explode and do its most damage. I feel like once is enough to hit it. Or if we're doing a combo, make it so when you hit it, it does something different. So it doesn't necessarily have to blow up. It'd be cool if when it does blow up, maybe it creates like a cloud of ice that actually hangs around for a minute, so it like freezes everything around you, that kind of thing. I think it kind of already does something like that, but it doesn't last that long. But if it created a little bit of a snowy area where it covered the ground, you know, enemies walking into it would get frozen within the first like few seconds, that sort of thing, that would be cool. The other part of that is when you use your what is it called? The one that's like a drill. So there's the one that's like a drill that you throw. It's like your normal ability. Wow, that looks dumb. And it spins, and you know, eventually takes off if it doesn't have anything in front of it. That one should also be directional, because when you go and use it, it's only on a horizontal plane that you can use it. It stops and then goes if it, you know, there's nothing to hit anymore. It's piercing, which is great. I like the piercing effect. But the idea that I can't throw it in a direction, at least I don't think I've ever been able to. I'll have to check it. I feel like it's only at like a horizontal plane. It's not like I can aim up at something with it. Like if I'm fighting the wall crasher, I'm only gonna hit it in its shin or its ankle. I'm not gonna be able to aim it at like its, you know, torso or anything unless I get up to that level and then throw it. And at that point, I'm already getting hit by so much, and you know, it just simplify things, you know, to be able to aim it a little bit better. So there's that. Like I said in the beginning, there's not a lot I would change with her. What was the other thing? I had another idea too. Oh, yeah. So the so when you're doing your charge attack, right? So this was one I thought of too, because when you're doing your charge attack with the spear, and you're also picking up those little, I don't know what you call them, the little spike things that appear if you do, I forget what skill it is for the other Transcendent module, but they flow around you. You can have up to 6 of them. But anyways, they'll flow around you, and then you hit like a different button, and it'll release them, and it'll start attacking, whatever enemy is around you, or whatever enemy you targeted technically. So if you do that, you should make it so you could just get it from just your regular attack, your regular number 1. But as a separate module, let's say you have it when you do your regular number 1, you're getting them, you're collecting them, you're getting more of them. But instead of sending them out to attack whatever target you have, they stay with you. And here's a top-down view. They stay with you. They're spinning. They're spinning around you. And then they go around you in a circle, like a spinning set of blades or something, right? When they do that, if they make contact with an enemy, it could freeze them, first of all. It could freeze them, and maybe cause like a shatter damage or something, because once that one freezes in place, they're still spinning. Another one will probably hit them, cause like a chain reaction or chain effect, that when one gets frozen, this one explodes next to this enemy. So this one freezes this enemy. There's another enemy over here, another enemy over here. This freezes, spreads to this enemy, does the same thing. Spreads to this enemy, does the same thing. And you should be able to use these individual ones, or like this, they spin around you all the time. Like, so as you're killing enemies, you're collecting those. And if you're charging, if you're throwing your spear or something, they stick with you until an enemy hits them. Basically like a defense. So it would replace your number 2 skill, I believe. Is it your number 2? Whatever one that would normally put like the shield around you, the ice shield. Instead of that, it'd be this. And it would still be like a defensive thing. So every time it freezes an enemy, it replenishes, it does the overshield, not replenishes your shield, because that'd be a little broken. It would do the overshield to a degree, maybe like 1 or 2 little bars or something like that, or it could do something else like this. I'm just kind of spitballing some of these, but the idea is that it's defensive but offensive at the same time, because it's freezing these enemies. It's not necessarily doing a lot of damage, but it is freezing the enemies, so that when you do hit them, either with another ability or with your spear when you're doing your number 1 skill, it's gonna cause the explosive damage, sort of like the icebreaker skill already does, or is that what it's called? I can't remember what it is, but whatever the icebreaker one is, where when you rush through a group of enemies and stuff, it causes the kind of the ice aura thing around you, does more of that. But this is more passive overall, and also implies more of a defensive aspect as well. That's pretty much it. I had I think another idea. It wasn't as planned out though. But a lot of the things that I feel like would improve, or just her general usage for her abilities, like being able to direct her abilities would be huge for us. Like the one where it's the drill is probably the one that bugs me the most when you're trying to use it, and it only goes straight when you throw it. It can't like go up. Like I can't like look up and do it and it go like in that direction. If I do that, it's just gonna go this way instead. But like being able to aim that stuff, because you guys did great with the other one where if you jump up into the air and you can throw it down at your enemies or up at your enemies or whatever, and you fix the aiming issue really quick, like within a week, I think. That was great. But I feel like we should be able to do that with any of the abilities where we throw something. Actually, even the ball. Even the ball that moves forward. I would love it if... Actually, maybe you can. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like it only goes forward too. But if not, imagine if you could throw it up like that too. That'd be great. I would love it if I was in the middle of a group, I aimed up and I threw it, and now it's just towing all those enemies straight up into the air. That'd be great. It'd be hilarious. And effective at just like getting away from enemies in general. But yeah, that's a big one. Just being able to aim some of these abilities. I have the same gripe with there's I think a Harris ability that's kind of the same thing, but that'll be a different video, because Harris I think has a lot that I think could be improved as well, or at least changed or added as a separate transitional what's it called? It's Trancendant module. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for Dia. I have more. I'll probably do one for Asimo either next or one of these next times, but for sure definitely check out the Valby one too, because I put a lot more into the Valby one. I think that would make her significantly more interesting when it comes to her abilities and skills and things like that. But yeah, same Dia. I would love to see some more advancements there. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Of course, as always, please like, follow, share, comment, all that kind of stuff. Let me know what you think too. If you have an idea that that you want me to share, like I'll do a video based off of what you're saying. If you want to spell it out for me, and then I'll do my crappy little stick figures for it. But anyways, yeah, check it out. My Valby explanation, this one, any future ones. But thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.